Alaska, the last frontier, the 49th state and the largest state in the U.S. It lies on the northwest extremity of North America, bordering British Columbia and the Yukon and Canada to the east. There are magnificent mountain ranges, millions of acres of forest, glacial rivers teeming with fish, and a variety of climates. Alaska's vast, undeveloped regions are a storehouse of natural wealth and mystery. Although Alaska has a population around 733,000, it boasts the most disappearances in the United States. Reports of at least 60,700 people have gone missing in Alaska since 1988. Each year, on average of 2,250 people disappear in Alaska, twice the national average. There have been many speculations about the mysterious disappearances in the area, but the most logical explanation is simply geography. Alaska seems to be the perfect burying ground for anything that comes into its territory. With its intense snowstorms, rife massive glaciers, and hidden caves, it makes the likelihood of finding any stranded survivor very low.
Why do a bear hunt in Alaska is a very fair question to be asking.
You can get eaten real quick if you make mistakes, and for me, that's awesome.
There's no roads, there's no humanity, there's nothing.
It's the last frontier. It's one of the deadliest predators on the planet.
I love that stuff. It's what I live for. I kind of like my life being in risk.
Great adventure starts with a great cup of coffee. I have to lead by example in that regard.
4 vets, 2 guides, kind of seeing what happens over the course of 15 days in the Alaskan wilderness.
Just on the safety side of things, we really try to get everything as far forward and towards the center of gravity as we can. Balance the whole plane and make sure it's not too aft heavy. If it's too aft, it doesn't fly good. And then you just want to make everything in the airplane become like part of the airplane. So if you hit a bump or something, you don't fly everywhere. You're all loaded and ready to go.
We got a 225-pound guy, and then we got a 180, 200, 190.
And I'm 165.
165? Why don't you come sit up here? Unless you're really tall.
Nope.
So we're on the charter flight. We've got one more stop before we get on the little Piper Cubs to get into camp. That's it.
Yeah, I mean,
Where's that?
I thought you said he was in the bathroom.
No, he's not.
Let's probably leave with Evan. So we'll go find him.
You know, complex logistics, getting into places is fun. So that's like part of the adventure and all of these things.
we're 2.5 hours? Wow.
Going into the backcountry, taking planes, trains, and automobiles and to get someplace really remote, and then being able to apply a skill set in order to get even further. That's something I really enjoy.
Fire extinguisher under my seat, survival gear in that wing, you can access it on the ground. Adult beverages, no smoking, no hanging with anybody who does.
Yeah.
So are you a novice pilot? I made some adjustments to your the operating agreement, your employment agreement, where like, if you accidentally get shot while we were hunting,
You get my equity? Well, then I'm definitely getting shot then.
You know, you've got really big mountains, you've got inclement weather, you've got the coastline, it's dark, cold ocean with rocky cliffs, with big snow-capped mountains. You're like, okay, this is Alaska.
Evan, funny story, he got so hot because the vent was dumping heat, and all of us were like, why you been such a wuss? And then I put my hand back there, and it was like 100 degrees. So I look back, and Evan's got his T-shirt off, just sitting in the back. He's like, I gotta piss. It just starts pissing in his coffee mug or thinking.
No, he peed in a plastic bag.
Plastic bag. Yeah.
I pissed in everything. I pissed in my coffee mug, and then I pissed in 2 plastic bags. We're watching the ice build up on the wings, and I'm thinking about, keeps hitting the de-icer, and then, like, the ice isn't coming off, right? Matt's pretending like he's not seeing the ice.
Okay, I was just acting tough because I'm all looking at the ocean like, I got about like 10 minutes in that cold water before I go hypothermic.
We're in now, boys. Woo! That was a good flight.
Oh, it's beautiful out here.
We can just load her in the back of that thing.
Got it.
Actually, a lot nicer than I was expecting.
59 degrees. It's dry. Jinxing everything right now as I speak, but it's good. I'm fucking stoked. This is gonna be awesome. How many people are in this village area usually?
Oh, you know, really very few people are here right now. The apartments are all empty, the stores are all empty, you know, nobody's out fishing yet.
So we get to this fishing village. First impressions, I was like, man, this place is incredible. The snow around the mountains, just the smell of the ocean and
natural waterfalls coming off the rock faces.
And
There's only, what, 12 people that occupy this place?
yeah.
I'm a hunter. That's who I am. Like, that's part of my DNA. I hunted people for a good portion of my life.
Beautiful.
Is that your lab?
I've never seen that dog before.
Oh, really?
No.
That's funny.
I'm proud of hunting. I do it to feed my family. I do it for, you know, trophy and conservation reasons. You know, I like the remoteness of it. I like the adventure of it. I like the sport. It's an important part of conservation. And it's also an important part of, I think, being human.
I like Western hunting. Matt likes ambush hunting.
It is beautiful out here.
It really is.
It gives you that Alaska feel because it's like the mountains and then a boat.
And our dog. We brought our bear dog.
Yeah.
Stinkiest bear dog ever.
We need a nickname for
Bringing
him.
you
Probably
this thing
Smudge.
home. I want to give you a bath and take you home.
Oh, 375, that's right.
250.
So that's what Logan's shooting, his 375. Ruger. Mr. Evan Hafer is shooting his 338 Lapua Mag.
And those are 250?
And then my 33 Nosler. Because 250 grain, 300, 250, right? You're shooting 250?
Yep. I think it's our habit as vets, in the capacity in which we served, to always think of the worst case scenario. What is that? And that is a charging bear from a very short distance away in which you have to put multiple rounds in it. So you prepare for that.
That's retarded.
It's a really nice
Like,
setup, man.
You can't screw that up.
But you're also going into the knowledge that you have 3 very competent people with you who also have rifles. So Matt ended up bringing a 33 Nosler.
Wow. You gotta feel that trigger too, bro.
Ooh, that's sharp. I like it.
Evan brought his 338 Lapua.
You're shooting?
Yeah, it's my 5HC. I want you to feel that trigger though, Matt.
I would love to. Bro, that's called the fucking sneeze, dude. Wow. I like, no offense, I like my trigger way better. That one's a little terrifying.
Nah, I like them like that.
So there's a 338 Lapua Mag with proof barrel, surgeon stock. It has like a sub 1 pound trigger. It's just ridiculous. I built it because I needed what I felt was like the closest thing to artillery. Almost have to wear a mouthpiece with this as you shoot it because it's so light. And it's a 338 Lapua Mag. It's a nasty round, it's big. It will vibrate your eyeballs when you're shooting it. It's horrible, but it'll put something down.
What's that?
Any bipods or
60 yards?
I'm just gonna shoot off.
I think the bank is pretty close to, I bet you that's more like 90.
You think?
I guess.
I'll give you 80 max.
To the bank, you're 75.
Well, I'm gonna go put something at 50 because that's what I'm doing.
You're zeroed at 50? What are you, a fucking socialist?
I was thinking about like 100-yard zero, but I'd heard some of the guides mention that a lot of shots, just the way things work out, were at 80 yards.
Yeah.
So I actually zeroed mine at 80 yards.
Probably put that up on the dirt.
That's the one.
This is my kind of zeroing right here. You're all the money.
So I was running a Nosler 33 with a loop pool, and I believe it's a Mark 5D. So great optic, great gun, and it performed awesome. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, good.
Two, three, chamber.
How big is a bear heart? Like this big?
A little bit smaller.
Like that?
Yeah.
Yes. That gives me confidence. I'm glad we were able to do that.
Yeah. I don't like showing up
No.
to a new place after traveling halfway across the country and then you're like, let's just hope for the best.
Man, fire extinguishers, who would have thought?
So we land on a gravel airstrip in the middle of nowhere, but we're not there yet because now we're gonna downsize and go get into a Piper or Super Cub and then get even further back into the tundra. Now you're out there.